Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to the weekly commodity audiocast. I am Kaina Chanwala from Kotak Securities Commodities Research Desk. Like in every episode, let's just dive into the ever evolving world of commodity markets, discuss current developments, factors shaping market sentiments, and emerging trends. This week, elevated price pressures in the US subdued market sentiments, while the easing tensions between Israel and Iran offered some respite to risky assets. Mixed economic data from the US drove the dollar to a 2 week low of 105.4. The US GDP expanded at a 1.6% annualized pace in the January to March quarter, falling short of the 2.4% estimate. Additionally, the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, rose at a 3.4% annualized pace for the quarter, marking its biggest increase in a year. This slower growth, combined with heightened price pressures in the first quarter, clouded the Federal Reserve's policy outlook. However, a robust growth of 3.7% in the core PCE price index in Q1 reinforced the likelihood of persistent high interest rates, aiding the greenback's rebound above 106 levels. Furthermore, Fed officials have shifted away from the dovish rhetoric seen earlier in the week as progress on inflation has stalled. They are now advocating for fewer rate cuts in the current year. Mary Daly, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, emphasized that there is no urgency to adjust interest rates, citing solid economic growth, a robust labor market, and lingering inflation pressures. Also, Austin Goolsbee, her Daly's counterpart in Chicago, stated that the central bank needs to recalibrate following a series of higher than expected inflation data. Despite these developments, global equities performed well, driven by a rally in technology stocks, fueled by strong earnings from Microsoft and Alphabet. Moving on to commodity prices, COMEX gold futures closed 2.6% lower, marking its first weekly decline in 6, as investors weighed easing geopolitical tensions, mixed US economic data, and hawkish comments from Fed officials ahead of the FOMC policy meeting on May 1st. Additionally, US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen expressed confidence in the US economic growth following a disappointing preliminary estimate, thereby pushing benchmark US Treasury yields to a 5-month high of 4.73% and denting the appeal of non-yielding bullion. At the same time, silver prices plunged more than 6% amid weakness in gold and softer industrial metals. However, we still see gold, probably a recovery in gold prices as the safe haven metal may benefit from concerns about stagflation. On the daily chart, MCX Gold June has witnessed support near its 20-period simple moving average and bounced back. RSI 14 has sustained above its 50 level, affirming bullish presence in the counter. So, if prices sustain above 72,300 rupees, it can test its next resistance placed at rupees 74,200. Similarly, we saw that base metals also trended lower this week as markets assess the ongoing property slump in China and US data that delayed the expected Fed pivot. Copper was the sole exception though, as it surpassed the crucial $10,000 per ton mark for the first time since April 2022. This was primarily driven by BHP Group's unsolicited all-share takeover proposal for rival Anglo American, which highlighted supply-side challenges amid growing demand from artificial intelligence and green energy sectors. LME Zinc, however, closed steady and closed above $2,850 per ton amid concerns about tight supply. The International Lead and Zinc Study Group, ILZSG, expects the global refined zinc market surplus to significantly narrow to just 56,000 metric tons in 2024 compared to a previous forecast of 367,000 tons. On the daily chart as well, MCX zinc actually looks a little attractive as MCX zinc May has provided an upward breakout of its rectangle consolidation formation, continuing its prior bullish momentum. Also, price is trading above its parabolic SAR, which will act as a dynamic support. So, next resistance for the counter is placed at rupees 258, above which major resistance is placed at rupees 265.50. Meanwhile, crude oil prices rebounded from a 3-week low of $81.99 per barrel and closed the week nearly 1% higher, near $84 per barrel. Prices were mainly supported by risk stemming from a potential Israeli invasion of Rafah and concerns about renewed tensions between Israel and Iran due to Russia-Iran military alliance. Additionally, markets anticipate a decision on Iran sanctions, The measure passed by the US House of Representatives over the weekend in response to Iran's attack on Israel promises to broaden the scope of restrictions on Iran's crude exports. However, it's unlikely to have any major impact as Iran has already been evading US sanctions. So now that the Fed's preferred inflation gauge PCE index figures are out, and it has exceeded the Fed's 2% inflation target for the third consecutive month in March, it remains a major matter of concern for the markets, as US PCE was up 2.7% in March from a year earlier compared to 2.5% annual rise in February. So this has deepened concerns among market participants that the Fed may not lower borrowing costs at all in 2024, and expectations have shifted to just one or two rate cuts this year starting in November compared to previous expectations for September. So in the coming week, attention will be on US and Chinese PMIs, US jobs data, and most importantly, the FOMC policy meeting. Although the Fed is expected to maintain its current stance for sixth consecutive meeting, traders are likely to remain cautious as the Fed is expected to deliver a slightly hawkish tone, aligning with Powell's recent statement that the Fed was prepared to keep policy restrictive as long as needed if price pressures persist. So now, in the light of elevated core PCE figures and upcoming jobs data and FOMC meeting, markets, this is definitely going to test investors' nerves next week. So these are going to be the events that are going to weigh on market sentiments next week as well. So on this note, we conclude this edition of Commodity Audiocast, and we hope that we've offered you valuable insights. Thank you for tuning in today, and we eagerly anticipate your presence with us again next week. Until then, happy trading. Thank you so much.